Hey YouTubers, what's up? It's me, yours truly, back to post a quick video here just to share with you some of the things I've picked up over the past couple weeks. As I've mentioned in the last couple of videos, and I still have not got my computer back yet, but the gentleman who's working on it actually told my wife the other day that he finally got a chance to really take it apart and get inside of it, and it didn't look as bad as he thought it was, so I could probably have it back pretty soon. And one of the reasons why it's taken a long time is it's a friend of ours who's kind of doing it in their spare time, so he can't be pushy with that, and I'm definitely appreciative that he's willing to do all that work for us for nothing. So hopefully I'll have that back in the next few days, and I can get back in touch with you guys and start answering and responding to emails and comments and stuff. But until then, I want to make sure I stay in touch, so let me just kind of share with you some of the new things I've picked up. I'll start with this awesome record that's playing here in the background, which is this right here, Fever Tree, a band that I really was not that familiar with, but another one of those walking through the stores and just saw it and saw the cover and it caught my attention, gave it a listen, and it's just some really great psych stuff. I think this is from 1968, so great new find. I've been listening to this album quite a bit over the past week or two. Another good pickup that I was really excited and a little disappointed in getting was this one here, which is Josh Stone's Mind, Body, and Soul. I absolutely love this album and have been craving this for the longest time. I mean, it was on like one of my top 5 or top 10 albums that I wanted to get in my collection. So it was exciting to get my hands on a copy. The disappointing part was I got this off of eBay, and wanting it as bad as I did, I paid top dollar for it, and when I got it, the record looked extremely clean, but there was a bit of noise when it plays, especially on the lower parts, and just wasn't quite what you would normally pay top dollar for. But the seller was really cool, and I told him about it, and he was like, yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on. I just list everything really quick, and I took a look at it, and I didn't know it had that issue, but whatever I wanted to do to take care of it, he was fine with. So he ended up refunding me about half the money that I paid for it, which was really nice of him, number one, and number two, I think it was really fair. So what I'm probably going to do is actually sell this one at some point, and then try to find a more mint copy. This is one where I really have to have a mint condition LP, because that's just one of my favorites, and I really want a clean copy of that. But anyway, still an exciting find. Just to have one in hand is still pretty cool. Those aren't easy to find. And then adding on to my Metallica collection that I mentioned to you last time about all the different releases I wanted to get, I finally got my first Metallica box set, so like 4 or 5 more of these to go. But this is the Injustice for All 4 LP 45 RPM set in really good condition, so that was a good find. And then also adding to my Metallica collection, I showed these 2 Master of Puppets before, and I have the 2 LP 45 set coming in the mail, but I had the sealed Warner Brothers issue, and I went ahead and picked up an open copy of that Warner Brothers issue, so kind of using this as a listening copy, so I don't have to open the other one. And the only reason I really did this is I found this for only $5, so I thought, what the heck, that's worth having a listening copy for $5. So that was a nice pickup. What else we got here? I picked up Dave Matthews Band, Big Whiskey. This, by far, is not my favorite Dave Matthews Band album. Matter of fact, it's probably, I think, their worst album, in my opinion. Even though there's still 3 songs on here that I really like, of all their albums, this is certainly, in my opinion, their worst. But again, I got it for, I think, $5 or $6, 2 LP sets. It was worth the pickup. The next one here is the album Kaput by Destroyer, which I know they have a few albums out, but this is a band that I really just was not that familiar with, and the guy at my local store recommended I take a listen to this album, and I absolutely loved it to death. It's a 2 LP set, and I guess the easiest way to describe it is, if you like that 80s new wave type sound, kind of mix that sound with current indie rock and, whatever that concoction comes out to be, that's what this album is to me. And I mean, yeah, the first disc, the front and back, every single song on it is absolutely great. So I highly, highly recommend checking out this album. It's definitely going to be one of my favorites to listen to for some time to come. So that's Destroyer. And pardon the close-up here for a second while I put it back in. So that's Destroyer. What else did I get? Oh, over here, Stone Temple Pilots, their newest album. And this kind of goes back to the same thing I said about that Dave Matthews Band album. It's a good album, has some good songs on it, but will not be my favorite Stones album anytime soon. Matter of fact, still probably one of my least favorites, but still a good album. So, but I think I got that one for $5 as well, so that was also a good pickup. And continue to move right along. Credence, Gold, just another kind of greatest hits that I found in a dollar bin, so I picked that up. Another great find here. Tool, really nice LP set. It's a 2 LP picture disc, and you know, typically this record, like brand new sealed, probably runs about what, $35, somewhere around there, $37, and I got this one for $10. So that was a really, really good pickup, and I was happy to find that. The only thing that was wrong with it is a little bit of, you know, like crease on the corner there, but everything else about it is fine. All the other corners are extremely good, and no creases, no vinyl art is in great condition. So again, that was a very, very good pickup for only $9 or $10. And then I also got this copy of Pearl Jam live on 10 Legs. Have not really listened to this yet. Kind of went on a whim to buy it, but I thought, you know, how risky can it be buying Pearl Jam? Most of the time you know what you're going to get with those guys, so I'm looking forward to really kind of going through and listening to that one. So that's, let's see, I think it's all the new stuff here. Yeah, well, there's a Mighty Clouds of Joy, another gospel album that I got, and everything else I think is old in here. Just have to go through. Alright, and moving right along, I'll double check my list to see what else I should be showing you. Oh yeah, almost forgot this one. I picked up a copy of Slash's newest record, and this is basically a, I don't know, a guest appearance extreme. I mean, like every single song has, you know, somebody from somewhere. I mean, everybody from Ozzy Osbourne to Fergie to Chris Cornell, Iggy Pop. I mean, just Kid Rock. There's all kind of guest appearances on this album. But I haven't really sat down and listened through the entire album yet. I just checked it out on iTunes. So, but that's Slash's newest record. And last but not least, these are two of those, picked up two core albums that I just have been needing to get. One, if I can find it down here, I finally got a good copy of Destroyer by Kiss. You know, I've had the CD and cassette for quite some time, but finally got my hands on a really good copy of the vinyl, which was nice. And then also got my hands on the original mono release of Another Side of Bob Dylan by Bob Dylan. So that was another very nice find as well. Alright. And as always, you know, I also picked up a number of tapes and CDs and stuff like that too, but I won't go through those in this video here. But anyway, just wanted to share that with you really quick. Like I said, just to kind of touch base and say hopefully I'll be in a position to start getting back to your emails and comments and everything else. But until then, keep spinning the vinyl, and I will look forward to talking to you guys soon. Alright, take care, YouTubers.